Sturdy Business has a very particular client.
I just not quite happy on this linearity.
He wants his front yard to look absolutely perfect.
I think Joel will agree.
And we want his front yard to look absolutely perfect.
I hate when he points it out without me catching it, because he's right. But anyways.
Measurements and all, we're rolling to the end of another project. And this one's going to be a sizzling masterpiece. Literally. Wow.
Nice, man, nice.
Great, Joel.
It's a nice bit of an improvement, I think.
Yeah. Slightly.
The porch, way less obtrusive than the other porch. Well, of course, you remember the porch was so huge and those massive stairs. This is way better.
Yeah, and it gave us some nice room for planting beds.
It's a huge, huge difference from what it used to look like.
A garden doesn't have to be a ton of different plant species.
Yeah.
Here's just 5 to 7 main plant species massed out.
Nice blocks, which makes it an
Absolutely.
architectural feeling too.
The yews are perfect. They'll get a little bit higher and we'll keep them nice and clipped.
And that'd probably go about the size of the window eventually.
I think that would be nice.
Oh, I
That'd
love
be a
you.
nice height.
I love
Oh,
I
I like
you.
the change in evergreens, because you could have easily done this in yews again.
yew and boxwood I find to just be two of the nicest, classiest evergreens you can get.
And there's a large number of plants. It's like it's almost a mature garden already, so that certainly is makes it a little more exciting at the end.
One thing that's kind of overlooked, I think, by people sometimes is the importance of urns like this.
Yeah.
Only because you can change them all the time.
That's
You know,
true.
the whole garden fills in and it comes back the same the next year.
You mean change them as in we can put seasonal planting?
Yeah. Even the existing trees, again, it always goes back to that point where as soon as you do the design around these trees, they seem like they were meant to be in these
belong.
locations.
Yeah, they belong.
If you design them properly in, it's
That's
like,
right.
wow, these totally fit this space.
One of the issues that the client was looking for as well was to define the space and create a bit of privacy. And it wasn't like we just wanted to roll in and put a fence down either side of the property, so plant material was able to achieve that quite well. I'm absolutely floored and blown away by the quality of stonework, especially on the steps. I love it.
The hair of this house was done in that feeling of heavy, that heaviness with stone. If you you do this chintzy and you do this like thin like this, it has such a weak quality to it.
If the whole driveway was done in flagstone, it would have cost a fortune. So this is just a nice touch to bring it across here and have a focal point. And
it tones the
makes it-
driveway down, so it's not like, oh God, like
Yeah.
this is all
It's
driveway and
not
we got
too
this
much
little
asphalt.
entrance. So no, this whole thing kind of feels like entrance to the
Like a
house.
little courtyard.
Yeah.
That's right.
Park
You use a
here.
high-end material with something that's not as high-end, and it brings that material up a notch. A lot of times, I think people in our industry don't realize that their job is to complement the architecture of a house. And so that's all that's happening. It's a formal, traditional house and a formal, traditional garden.
It was a pleasure. There was nothing negative at all about it, and we learned a lot and appreciated things, I think, a bit more.
We're very pleased.
Nice work, guys.
Thank you. Nice work.
Thank you.
Sure.